Okay, so here we are. We're gonna give it a first attempt to see how this thing is working. It's in neutral. We'll put on the brakes because we require the brakes, and then we're gonna hit the start button. Here's the kill, here's the run. That's all we hear. So we hear the what appears to be the solenoid kicking in, but no power to the starter to crank it. So we're going to take off the seat. We're going to take off some of this plastic, see if we can gain access to the battery, see how much voltage we have. I think the battery would have a lot of voltage. Oh, here it is here, so we may as well just check it. So what's what we're going to do? First step, kind of be funny if it doesn't have any voltage. Okay, surface voltage at just under 12 volts. The first indication that is not good. Turn on the lights. Lights. No, actually, lights. Where are the lights? Okay, so a word or two about charging these lead acid batteries. Get yourself a quality trickle charger, okay? That doesn't mean, I'll tell you what that means actually. That means get yourself a Deltran tender. Okay, that's what you're gonna get yourself. So now we got a real battery hooked up with real booster cables to this bike, and okay, so there's something wrong with the starter. It draws quite a bit of current, so maybe something wrong with the starter, or hopefully the engine is not seized. Hopefully, we're gonna have to get in there and dig in. So this has become a project. This has become a real project. All right, start of a project. Great. Lovely. Okay, so we bump started it. And it was hard to bump start, but we got it. But it has problems, definitely. Okay, I have never seen this in my life till now. And let's see if we can see, if we can show. This is carburation. There. Look at that screw. That's supposed to be the idle screw there. Not that one, but that one. The one to the right. It's supposed to be the idle screw. It's screwed all the way in. I've never seen that in my life. Never in my life have I ever seen that. Can't. You know what? I want to do as little. I don't want to take apart everything. First, I want to see how this engine works. Make sure it's worthwhile to fix. The starter seems to be no good on this ATV. But anyways, let's just see if we can get that idle lowered a little bit. It's just crazy high. Okay, we're starting to dig in. And we see here, throttle, absolutely zero play. Zero, there's no adjustment here. No adjustment there. No adjustment at the carburation. Actually, I should, there might be. Is there? No. No adjustment at the carburetor. At the carburetor, there's no adjustment. And oh, I took out the idle screw. It had no effect whatsoever. This thing just revs like a banshee. So you know what then we're gonna have to do here now, eh? We're gonna have to make a throttle cable. So we're gonna have to get the inside of a brake cable, of a bicycle brake cable that is, and we're gonna make a slightly longer throttle cable, like I've already done before. So we're gonna have to make the lead end, right? We'll just put a blob of lead on there and then just file that and grind it round, and that's what we got to do. That's step number one, I guess. I think it definitely does need a starter. It does want to try to turn over the engine, but on Amazon they're $50 the starters. So it looks like we're just gonna change out the starter, but I'd like to take apart the starter and see why it failed. You know, maybe it's just a brush that's kind of cocked, or not getting a good connection of some kind. Maybe there's a couple of windings burnt out. I really don't know. It's so weird. You can hear it. Try to... Oh, wait. Oh, yes, you can hear. Oh, we got the parking brake on now. Oh, it turned over, right? You think that it's a dead battery, but it's not. Because it does that when I put like major battery to it. Right? So it's the starter that has no power. Or there's too much compression. But Buddy told me that compression was good. Starter was good before. So this might have a decompressor that's not working. But I don't think so. Yeah, maybe that failed. I don't know. If that failed, maybe it would... You know what? I just got to research a little bit. I don't think it has a decompressor. So... Anyways, time to dig in. You know, this is the saddest thing when I see something that is pretty good. Like, I mean, take a look at it, right? It looks pretty good. It has tires, it has a frame, it has this thing here, computer thing. It looks good, right? And when you see this, stuff like this, like you can't take the engineering time to make sure your cable is working, or, you know, Jesus, this is ridiculous. Here you go. Here's your throttle. So we're going to have to extend this cable. So we're going to do that by, we're going to put the inside cable here. We're going to change it. Right? We're going to use either a bicycle. Let's see here. Yeah, we could use a bicycle cable. Probably be good enough. I might have a cable. I might have the inside of a cable at the shop. So I'll go take a look at that. I'm going to leave this like this. But there you go. There's the idle adjustment right there. See that little recess there on the slide, right? That's where that screw goes in, and it would raise and lower this for your idle. But because the cable is so short, this is being pulled up. It's like maybe, I don't know, an eighth throttle. There's no control. There's no control whatsoever. So it's surprising. This is so surprising. Like, it's just quality control. It's just they have such crappy quality control, and I don't think they care. You know, people, they're overworked. They just don't care. They just roll it out, and it's all about money, right? Just roll it out, snap it out. Who cares, right? Buddy went to the dealer. This is a TaoTao. Buddy went to the dealer where he bought it, and they gave him absolutely no help at all. So they took his $1,000 or 800, whatever it was. And, you know, after 3 hours of using this vehicle, you know, they used it 3 times for 1 hour each time. So over 3 weeks, basically, maybe a little bit more than that, but not much more than that. Yeah, you're just getting no support whatsoever. Brakes, once you put on the front brakes, they lock on. I don't know why. Everything's brand new, but it's just cheap a la cheap. These springs, these returning springs don't seem to do. They're very weak. You see here? Very weak, these springs. So we'll probably have to put new springs in there. I'll find some springs to put in there for the guy. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Okay, this is something. This is something. Why do the brakes stick on? You know why? Because your brake housing here, this is supposed to be interlocked with that metal tab. And so when they assembled it, they didn't even interlock it. So when you put on the brakes, this tries to spin around and it pulls the brake even tighter. And basically your cable is preventing it from twisting around. Wow. Wow. This is incredible. Whoever put this thing together didn't know what the hell they were doing. And I think they might have put this together on the Canada side, right? They assembled them together in Canada, in Canalia. But the cable, the throttle cable, just come on. That's coming straight from China. China. So here we are at the shop, and these are the cables I have. This one here, I don't know if I posted the other video yet or not, but that one there is not going to be working. It actually works. That cable, the cable is functionable, but I don't think the geometry is going to work out for us, for me. You can see here, there's not a lot of meat there. Well, maybe there is. Maybe this might work. Yeah, probably likely not. Anyways, the cable on the inside of that is not long enough for sure. Here, the cable doesn't come out, so I have to see. This one might be long enough. I have to cut the sheath here, right? And see if the cable's long enough, and see if that will interface well, or if I can just use the inside of this cable and make my ends. Right now it has no ends because, again, if I posted that other video, you would see what I had to do. I did make a throttle cable. I had to custom make it. So this is the other end of that, right? This is the remains of that. I hate making throttle cables. They do work when I make them, but I just hate doing them.